Today's guest and speaker, Dr. Harim Srivastava, all the project coordinators, principal scientists, senior scientists, technical officers, technical assistants, supporting staff, administrative staff, and all the stenographers. Good afternoon to all of you and namaskar. As you know, shortly we will be celebrating 75th anniversary of the Independence Day. And to commemorate this monumental occasion, all the government departments, ministries are organizing a set of activities for a resurgent Atmanirbhar Bharat. IISS is also organizing different activities in the form of demonstrations, lectures, e-gostis. And today, in this series, we are organizing a lecture by Dr. Harim Srivastava, who is a nationally and internationally renowned person in the field of information communication technology and mass media. As you all know, that effective communication with the farmers through mass media is an important tool for extension of the agricultural technology, which plays significant role in achieving the Government of India's mission of doubling the farmers' income. So this lecture is very relevant in today's context when we are targeting to increase the productivity of the agriculture as well as income of the farmers. Now, I invite our Honorable Director, Dr. A.K. Patra, to say a few words on this occasion, sir.
Namaskar. आप सबको very good afternoon. Hearty welcome to each of you today in this very important function. We have with us Dr. H.O. Srivastava ji, who is President and CEO of World Development Foundation, and he is a very renowned person, you know, on the field. We are organizing the program today, particularly on mass media. He, you know, he was in very important positions earlier, and he was engineer-in-chief, which is equivalent post of additional secretary to Government of India, in Directorate General All India Radio. Many of you must be knowing. And in that, he was responsible for expansion of broadcast systems in the country. So a lot of developments in the country, in the mass media, electronic communications, information technologies, radio, Doordarshan, private broadcasters, he made immense contributions. So we are fortunate, and I got this opportunity to welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
We are very thankful to you, sir. My all dear colleagues with us today, all the head of the divisions and project coordinators, all the principal scientists, senior scientists, technical officers, administrative staff, all colleagues in the institute, and Dr. J.K. Saha, who is head of the division of environmental soil science, and organizing this program as well. So this is an opportunity, as Dr. Saha mentioned, that our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, often, he shared his vision for a new India, building new India, Atmanirbhar Bharat by 2022, we all know. And as Dr. Saha mentioned, and we all know that we will be celebrating 75th Independence Day on 15th August. And the whole year we are celebrating different functions, different activities, which will be, which is just commemorating the Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav. This is a big occasion, and all departments, ministries, all are celebrating in different ways. For Atmanirbhar Bharat, we have made tremendous progress on many fields. And the mission of this celebration, that how we envision the India of tomorrow in terms of best tradition with the most modern global outlook on different sectors in the sector of governance, development, technology, reform, many other things. So in this, we got this opportunity. We got an outstanding person. And just for your information, Dr. Srivastava Sahab, we are working on soil science, on soil health. And you must be aware about this, the importance of soil and the soil health, its significance in crop production, crop health, nutrition. We got limited areas of land, limited soil resources in the country, so also the limited water resources, and we have to feed the emerging population of India, which will be 1.7 billion by 2050. That time our food requirement will be more than 400 million tons. Similarly, many other, our requirements for fruits, vegetables, fish, many other things. So to meet those requirements, we have to depend on the soils. Everything comes from soils. Whatever the living things we see, everything comes from the soil. So the importance of soils is enormous. Our emphasis, this institute established on 16th April 1988 in the center of India, in this very famous city of Bhopal. We are working to provide scientific basis for enhancing and sustaining productivity of soil resources with minimal environmental degradations. We are working on different aspects of physical, chemical, and biological processes of soils for management of nutrients, water, and energy. We are developing advanced technologies for sustainable soil health and quality. And also our institute play a pivotal role in the country to coordinate our soil research with agricultural universities, national and international and other organizations. We have developed several technologies, very important technologies in the country. We are mapping the soil resources in terms of its nutrients, which are requirements, which are required by the plants. What is the situations in terms of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and micronutrients, secondary nutrients. And based upon that, the plants, the fertilizer recommendations are made. for getting particular yields, targeted yields. On different aspects, we are working: soil health, input use efficiency, soil pollutions, soil biodiversity, which is very important. Soil is a living system. So physical, chemical, and biological, these three different aspects, components, which play very significant role to make the soil health. This institute located in the center of the country, but we are working at 83 centers of the country with agricultural universities, institutes, through our All India coordinated research projects. We have got 3 research projects, All India, and 1 All India network projects. So over the years, we have developed several technologies. We are working with the farmers, so making the demonstrations, on the fields, how the technologies are useful to enhance their income, farmers' income. By 2022, our Honorable Prime Minister's is called that to double the farmers' incomes. Similarly, how to make the soil health by integrations of different resources, efficient management of the resources, whether it is the fertilizers, whether it is the water, or whether it is pesticides and so many other things which are the important inputs for successful management of soil as well as for enhancing the crop yields. In this program, which is very relevant in the sense, ultimately the technologies which we are developing, it will reach to the farmers, our major clients for whom we are working. We are trying, our scientists and also the state, along with the state governments, line departments, along with NGOs, all the stakeholders, with them we are working, and we are trying our best to make the technologies what we are developing to reach the farmers in a best manner so that they can adopt it and enhance their income, quality of life. So in this very important program, very pertinent, today we are living in global village. Information reach very fast. In a minute, it will reach to other part of the world. Lot of developments of communications have been made in the last 2 decades, I should say, particularly on the internet and the mobile facilities came. Now many different platforms, many different communications ways have emerged. With all these different avenues of reaching to farmers, how best we can, how efficiently, cost effectively we reach them, and we make in such a way that our technologies are adopted in the background, of course, of their economic resources. So not taking much time, and we all are eagerly waiting for your, lecture, your message on this occasion. With these few words, thank you very much, sir, for kindly agreeing to participate in this very important and delivering a lecture on a very important subject. Thank you, each of you. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Under the leadership of our director, recently Institute has got many awards, international and national awards. This is a great achievement under you, sir. Thank you for pointing out the Institute's activities and role of communication technologies. Now, before inviting our speaker to deliver the lecture, uh, let me briefly introduce our speaker, Professor Dr. Harim Srivastava, who is MSc in Electronics, MPhil PhD in Chemistry, PhD in, and then DLET is also there. He has attained the degree. Dr. Harim Srivastava is a former Additional Director General and Head of the All India Resources of All India Radio and Doordarshan, which is actually the level of Additional Secretary to the Government of India. He was involved in policy formulations and implementation of the government and private broadcasting in India, both commercial and community Radio Act actually. He established the BECIL, All India Radio Resources, IT Division of All India Radio and Doordarshan, Agriculture Knowledge Dissemination System for Bihar government and government of Ethiopia. He has received several national and 7 international awards, and he has written 6 books and about 150 research papers in national and international journals. He also worked as a Commonwealth and ITU experts in Malaysia. Presently, he is the President and CEO of World Development Foundation, which is working on the removing poverty in India, Asia, and Africa through the use of communication technology and mass media. And he is currently adjunct professor in YMCA University of Science and Technology, Faridabad. Also a consultant to Gerson Lehrman Group, a New York-based world's leading B2B platform connecting professionals with expertise. And is also a consultant to HISASQ, DISSQ, an expert network service based on Japan, and is a honorary director of several colleges. And now, with this brief introduction, I am inviting Professor Dr. Harim Srivastava to deliver his lecture on the topic Empowering Farmers through Extension and Knowledge Dissemination, Role of Mass Media. Professor Srivastava, please.
Thank you very much. I am grateful to Dr. Patra and Dr. Saha for organizing this lecture. And I am grateful to all the experts and scientists who are here and to listen it. And I will be trying to tell you some of the things very practical. I will not go for theory. So I want to share a slide with this, and for this a PowerPoint presentation. And with that we will go forward. That how the communication technologies and broadcast technologies can be used for enhancing the agriculture yield in the country. I have been working in this for last at least 25 years for communication and agriculture, and therefore certain works have been done by us, which has been of great national importance. So let us see some of the things and where we have to reach and how we can reach there. So let me share the screen. Okay, so here we are, and of course I will not repeat. As I told that I am grateful to Indian Institute of Soil Sciences for this opportunity, and have already been introduced, so I will go to the next slide. And while I'll be doing, you are getting me all right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm making it full screen.
Sir, Srivastava sir, please make it to PowerPoint mode. Just
Full screen.
It will come to full screen.
Full screen, yes. This is why I told I'm going over there. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
So we will go to the next slide. Now, when we talk of mass media and ICT, they are shaping the economy and society. When we talk of the mass media, I will not be talking about the print media. I will be straight away going to the broadcast media. And we all know that broadcasting can be at 3 levels as is available today in India. That is the state-owned broadcasting like All India Radio or BBC. Second is the commercial or private broadcasting, which are commercial-run broadcasting system like Radio Mirchi or Radio City you will be getting in Bhopal. And third is the community broadcasting, which is for institutions and non-profit operations, and that is also known as bias to biasless. And of course, apart from this, the new media is there, which is being used for communication. Now, this can be used for education, it can be used for skill development, it can be used for equal opportunity, for sustainability, information delivery, and this is the ideal framework for doubling the farmers' income, which we are talking for a couple of years, and which is the objective of Prime Minister and all the scientists in the country. Now, one thing which is very important is agriculture productivity per worker in India is just 2% as compared to a farmer in USA. Primarily due to lack of education, skill, knowledge, and capacity. Okay. So what we are doing is, we are doing the traditional agriculture most of the time in the country. Precision agriculture is the aim, which Dr. Patra has written in the foreword and in his message on the website. And then we talk about the knowledge agriculture, which is a new term developed by us. Now let us see what are the traditional agriculture, what is the precision agriculture, and what is the knowledge agriculture. And then we will see how can we attain the knowledge agriculture if we want to increase the farmers' productivity from 2% to something, if not equal to American farmers, but at least something over there. So we will go for the traditional agriculture, and this is all the traditional agriculture, we all know about it. You can see all the things, how it is, the pesticide is being sprayed, or how the irrigation is being done, how it is being taken to the yield is being taken to the marketplace, and like that. This is the traditional agriculture which is mostly being followed in the country. Then we come to the precision agriculture, and the next slide I am going to do is something of the precision agriculture and something of the knowledge agriculture. We have done some mixing, and we have also published some research paper in international journals, and which have been acclaimed throughout the world. In fact, they want to do research on this. So let us see the next one. And I can't move it, but perhaps no. It has come the third one. So anyway, the precision agriculture is, of course, you are having satellite system, you are having soil plant sensors, you can sense it, and then you can use the robotics, and then of course you can have some method of remote controlling, remote sensing it, And then you can use drones are becoming common where you can do the spraying. So why should you put fertilizer or the pesticide in the entire field if you need very precisely for certain plants to be put? Then can you select that? And there, that is what is required when we go for the knowledge agriculture. And then where we have to reach is something which here is a picture I have given, and this is the picture of Finland. Finland is having very severe winter, and they can't get vegetable during the winter days. So, and they don't want to get it from some other European countries because they say it will be 2 days old and we don't want to consume the vegetable which is 2 days old. We want fresh lettuce every day. So Fujitsu has spent some money and they have used the knowledge agriculture in Finland, where they are using a lot of things like artificial light, plant, heat, sensors, and like that for vegetables. And they have projected that in next 2 years, they'll be able to get a profit of $1 billion. To reach there, how do we reach it? So what is required is you have to make your farmers more knowledgeable. How do the knowledge comes? That is a great, great problem for a country like India. So for this, you have to use mass communication or ICT. Go to the next slide. And now when we talk of the mass communication ICT, a very quick line of milestones. 1901, this radio came, and that was a shortwave radio by Marconi, by making a transatlantic transmission between Europe and USA. 1933, we got FM in the world, but in India it came in 1980s. And then TV came in 26. In India, we got in 69. Now, you can see AIR DD studio here, Delhi studio, and AIR Trichy studio. And then, of course, social media is there. So many things are there. YouTube, LinkedIn, G+, so many things. So these are the methods where you can do it. What is the easiest method? The easiest method is, of course, this is broadcasting. And what happened is, in 2001, this is a Times of India news, and Agriculture Ministry approached the Prasar Bharati where I was there, and they told that they want to use FM channel for upgrading the knowledge of farmers. So in the government, nobody comes up and takes the project. So after several reminders which came from Agriculture Ministry to INB Ministry, I was told to go and discuss Agriculture Ministry, how can it be done. And when I went there in the Agriculture Ministry, they told, make it similar thing as you are having for AI and Doordarshan. I want to have the same thing for agriculture, a similar channel, equivalent. And then I told her, how can you do it? It will take many years. We have taken 40 years, 30 years to create such a gigantic network. Then they told, then you come to Agriculture Minister and you talk to Agriculture Minister. So I was placed before Agriculture Minister, and Shri Rajnarayan Singh was the Minister of Agriculture at that time. And I went and told him, sir, it will not only take time, it will also take about 50,000 crores. And then the minister told that, then what? Prime Minister was it, if you want 50,000 crores, we will give you. Make a channel like this for us, for agriculture. Then I thought, okay, we are ready to make a channel like that for you. But in the meantime, I'm willing to give a number of hours, the entire network of All India Radio and Doordarshan. And you can start a Kisanwani program Kisan channel. And that is how the Kisan channel was started on 15 February 2004, where AIR Doordarshan network was given, and it was given only for 1 hour because they were not willing to take for more number of hours because there was no program to be broadcast on that. And even for creating 1 hour of program, they wanted help from radio stations in the whole country so that the program could be done. And you are in the agriculture, you know that the system was launched, the program was done, and it is still going on. And Kisan call centers, etc., were all part of this program, for which Agriculture Ministry and Information Broadcasting Ministry had a MU signed, and I was the person who did it as head of the AI resources. Now, this was a system which made a channel where you can give the program throughout the country. But there are problems of languages because there are many languages, there are many people, some people want to take it all India radio, 1 hour program. Then the question came whether we can give some dedicated radio station to them. And this is what happened. When we talked about a dedicated studio, then
it was listen to Dr. August of 2002, the architect,
and I had gone to the residence of Madam Sushma Swaraj, the then Minister of Information and Broadcasting. The purpose was to brief her about some parliament question. After discussions were over, she just asked me, Dr. Srivastava, there are so many community radio stations in US and other countries which broadcast regular programs such as traffic condition and weather. Why can't we have these in India? When I asked to your top people in Prasar Bharati, they say it is not feasible in India. My answer was, Madam, I don't foresee any problem technically, and we can definitely have these in India. She wanted me to prepare a document and plan and give it to her directly. I came back, word on the details such as latest plan, the technology, the system design, casting, etc., and handed over the document to her in next few days. She discussed this paper with Shri Anil Bhaijal, the then Additional Secretary in the Ministry of INB, and handed the documents to him for further action. Myself and Shri Bhaijal had a few discussions and meetings on different aspects of establishing community radio in the country. The final draft was ready, and it was the draft for Community Radio Act. This draft was put up to the government, and finally the draft was approved as a Community Radio Act in December 2002.
Mr. Anil Bhaijal is the present Lieutenant Governor of Delhi and a very dynamic person. And it was only because of Madam Sushma Swaraj Anil Bhaijal that the project could go within a couple of months. We could get the entire system, at least the act announced. Now we go to the next one. Now, just to tell you what is a community radio means, anybody can have it. Any institute or Institute of Social Sciences can have a community radio, and it is having basically a small studios. This is the one we did it for ICAR Agriculture University, and it was inaugurated by Honorable Chief Minister Sri Bhupender Singh Hooda at that time. And it has just 2 studios, 1 production studio, 1 recording cum transmission studio, 2 50-watt transmitters, then connected to the tower. So here what happens is, you within an area of about 10 to 15 kilometers or even up to 20 kilometers, depending upon the topography of the place, you can broadcast. So if you want to tell your farmers that, look here, you bring your soil, it can be soil and it can be tested here. Then you can communicate to the people directly. They can communicate back to you. And that way, in the area of 15 to 20 kilometers, you can have a discussion. In fact, at many places, the community radio station in KVKs have been put, but it's still much less. I think only about 20 to 30 places. It can be much more if we want to have a direct communication with your farmers. And the places we put it, some places in Bihar, we put there, even place Bharat in KVK, even in Haryana, in ICAR. Then the farmers come in the morning and they say, this is the problem. Tell me what is to be done. Is this the right time to sow the seeds? And like that. So this is one way, localized way, which is given 24 hours programming can be done by especially ICAR institutes. Of course, universities, agriculture universities, and also some NGOs can do it. And then what we did is, in 2007, I went to Ministry of Communication and IT, and I told that you give the fund for 5 community radio stations as a gift to agriculture universities. And WDF will be able to install 5 community radio stations, and we will be putting in state agriculture universities only. And we'll be telling them how to use it, how to produce program, how to go to the field, and let us see what happens. Then we will do the impact analysis. And then we did it. One Hisar you just saw, and this was in Raipur. Radio Raipur se CM bol raha hu. So he came, and this was done there. We had one in Narendra Dev radio station in Kumarganj, which is in UP, because they wanted in 5 linguistic regions. And then this was done in Tamil Nadu Agriculture University in Coimbatore, and 5th was Hisar. So 5 places we did it. And then we did an impact analysis, and we went to Ministry of Agriculture, of course through ICAR, and we told them that, look here, this is the impact. And then there were certain committees. I was also a member of the committee. And they told that what we'll do is we will decide the cost norms and also norms for the technical equipment. And we will pay 65 lakhs. It was 48, now it has become 65 lakhs to any ICAR institute or KVK or Agriculture University. And they can come through ICAR, the Government of India, and they can get the fund so that they can establish this. I don't know how many people know it, but this is one scheme which is approved by Government of India, and the money can come from Agriculture Ministry, and people can do it. And if during this Amrit Mahotsav, you put at least 40 or 50, then you can tell Honorable Modi Sahab that, look here, this is our achievement, and we have done something where we are connecting with so many farmers directly daily. And we also extended it. We went to, once we told the government of Ethiopia, then government of Ethiopia also spent some money. And in the entire Ethiopia, we went and installed and commissioned a community radio in different parts and trained their people, told how to make the program. And this is the letter which is given from ambassador. They told that, yes, it is having the impact, and it's the wonderful job which has been done for this country. This is, of course, it is done in Nepal. Nepal, they allow up to 5 kilowatt of transmitter. So we did for Nepal also. And then when you are having community radio, then you just operate it like a radio station, you have the cue sheet, you put the signature tune, your own signature tune will be there. And then you have a lot of programs you can have on livelihood generation, self-employment, agriculture, soil science, where he goes. If he wants, if the farmer wants to get his soil tested, and why should he get it tested? What will the fees? Where he goes? Whom he contacts? He can't, a normal farmer will not dare to enter into your institute. So whom does he contact? So all these things you can have a communication directly. And then, of course, many places we did on rights of women and workers, women program. How can they get livelihood? Making pickles, selling, where to sell it. If the farmer has got it, where is the market? What is the rate? All those things. In a localized area, you can do it. And the programs are done by farmers, all experts, local people, etc., etc. And this is the link. If somebody wants to see, it will be available because you are recording www.india.org radio.stm. So you will see so many programs, what type of programs are done, and most of the programs are done by those people. Because when a farmer comes and does the program, then many people listen to it because mode of his communication is more liked by his fellow people than the communication by us. This is just now we did, we did a community radio with extension. I will be talking about the extension, how can it be extended, because community radio generally goes from 15-20 kilometers radial area. But supposing you are having institutes all over the country, then what do you do it? So there should be some method of extending, and we have devised a method for extending, and we have done for one university in Kuch Bihar. And then their people came and they had training in our place, and they have gone and they are operating it. And then the program is also available mobile, through mobile application. You can give the programs to your farmers, which is becoming very famous. Now, this is one thing we did for agriculture knowledge dissemination for the Bihar government. And this was done as Bihar Agriculture University, which is in Bhagalpur. And what we did it, this program was entirely financed by Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, RKVY. And Mr. Nitish Kumar was himself monitoring the program. And he's here and I'm explaining the program to him. And he inaugurated it. Now, the program basically what it does it, we created an electronic media production center, which is a video production center. We created a repository, digital archives and repository where you have created a lot of videos and different technologies and methodologies, and you have put it here in the digital archive. And then we connected to, first time we connected 5 KVKs with optical fiber lines. And now it has been connected to 20 places. This is the type of a studio with to the production. And what happens is, you see the another view of this. And if you see the logical view, you as a professor, you are here in the studios in Bhagalpur. And these are the places, Harnaut, Katihar, Banka, etc. KVKs. You show them a video and then you explain what it is. If you are working on soil, you can say that, look here, this is the need of the soil, you can do this, you can go to our labs, these are the labs which are there. We have done something on soil also because they have a soil testing lab in Bihar Agriculture University. So now, and he can come back and he can tell it, especially when we did for certain plants. The farmer comes to this place and he says, look here, my plant is having this type of pest. What should I do? Give me a solution. And you as an expert, you had to tell there online that, look here, this is the pest, you can go, and pesticide, you can go and use it, and come. He will come after 15 days or 20 days, and he says, thank you, sir, my problem is solved. Or he comes in and tells it, no, it doesn't solve it. So you are getting a direct interaction with the farmers. And, you know, everybody wants to work. If he gets the benefit out of it, he finds that the institute or university or KVK has solved the problem, he'll be very happy to come and listen to you. If you find that nobody is listening to me, he will come 2 times and then will say, bye-bye, I can't come. So there has to be more interaction. And if we are creating interaction, we are creating them, giving the technology, we have to teach them. There is no way to increase the production unless you teach them in many things. What are the new technology? How are they going to use it? Where can they get the technology? Who will help them in implementing it? Who is going to, you know, take his hand and move and get it done? Then only you will be able to increase the production. So our measurement is, if we tell that 2022, we are going to double the farmer's income, it should be by way of doubling the yield, not by any other way. If you are increasing the yield and then his income has increased, then it is really effective. And as a head of AI resources, I always used to say, it is the profit that I am working at the end of the year. That is my capacity. So when I did for Agriculture Ministry, we signed MOU for 70 crores per annum, which Agriculture Ministry used to give to Information Broadcasting Ministry for 1 hour of channel. So if you are doing it, and farmers think, it may not be tangible, it may be intangible, but if farmers will increase, yes, let farmer come and tell it. We did it some places. We did a survey to the farmers. We told that, has it impacted you? If not, then we accepted it. It has not impacted. Because I have to do more labor if you want to teach my people than my people. Okay, we go to the next one. And this is the type of studios which are. This is a production studio. And some PCRs. Some noise is there because some work is going on the top. So I asked my wife to stop. I think they again started. And then there is a hybrid education, which you can use it. This is the link for WWF University for SDG. And here is a paddy cultivation course. Now, what is happening here? In this, we have created a software where you can have multilingual. You do in English, it will convert in anything, Gujarati, Marathi, anything. And perhaps if I am able to show, I can show it. And then there is audio, there is a video, there is a text, and then there is a question bank like GMAT. If your farmer goes through that, he may use Hindi because he will get all translation in Hindi or Gujarati. And he sees your video, he sees your audio. If he can read something, he reads it. And then he has to go through a test. He has to pass it, especially if there are some students who want to get a certification. So you can give some certification also that, okay, he has learned it. And then, of course, I will show the WWF University. And this is, we do a lot of one. This is one we did with the Agriculture Ministry, as I was telling, when we did the community radio station. This is recently we did some of you. Some of your vice chancellors had also come. Odisha was Agriculture University, vice chancellor was there. So, and this is the people who had come from Netherlands to learn what type of technology can be used for doing it. So we do like this. France people came here. So we go on doing it. And this is the roadmap that we do it. we have done at different places. Ethiopia and India, and then of course this is the end. So if you want, I can share the university site if you want to see that. Otherwise, I am open for question and answer.
Thank you, sir, for your nice presentation. Now, if anybody wants to interact with Professor Srivastava,
yes,
welcome.
Sir, I am Ajay. I have one just query or knowledge I want to have. Suppose we have two institutes nearby and we want to open a community radio. What is the bandwidth? Is there any overlapping or sort?
Sorry, please tell me.
Let us. So, when we have a two institute nearby, both are wanted to have a community radio. Is there any chance of mixing or disturbance with each other if they are allotting the same bandwidth or something? In the community radio, they have the different bandwidth.
They are the same bandwidths as for FM radio, but you will get different frequencies. You will get different frequencies.
Okay, so there will not be any disturbance with each other. Oh.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes.
Nowadays, even if poor farmers have got smartphone in their hand, and
I can't talk there. Yes, let me see, sir. Perhaps here there is less noise.
it happens sometimes. Because we cannot control other. Other activities we cannot control.
Yes.
It happens. Sir, just my question is, now everybody is having smartphone in their hand. And is there any plan or is there any activity smartphone based or faster communication from the government organizations to the farmers?
Yes.
Is taking place or there is there any plan?
Yes. What you can do is that, in fact, I did not elaborate on that. You can have the internet radio sort of thing and also something known as cloud radio. So if you are having the internet radio come cloud radio, then what happens is that you can make a program, you can have even streaming. Supposing you say every morning from 8 to 8:30, you want to talk to the farmers on this subject. And then you can have streaming. You talk here and all the mobiles, they will get it. So, so one way is that I told that if you are having community radio, then you are going in the FM frequency mode and you are having a transmitter, you are covering 10 to 15 kilometers. But now, because the mobile is there and internet is there, and because everybody is having internet now, more or less, thanks to Geo, so it's possible to create communication. You have a studio, you are making the program, you are sitting in the studio, you are talking to them, they are talking there, and then they will be responding to WhatsApp. Yeah. So if you want, someday I can show you how you can get connected to the WhatsApp of all the farmers. So the farmers, when they have registered to you, you are sending the audio on their WhatsApp or video on their WhatsApp. They are listening to it. They are talking to you. You are showing them something like that. So this is possible. This is possible with technology.
Yeah. So, any other questions from anybody? If nothing, then I invite Dr. Ajay to propose vote of thanks.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Shah, sir. So I am now presenting the simple customary vote of thanks, which is a custom. So first and foremost, I am thankful to our director who has allowed us to proceed on this aspect, which is a bit different from our routine agriculture, where we are listening the same yield, NPK and all the other story, but linking agriculture with the mass media is one of the, at least personally, I feel it is knowledgeable for me, particularly the knowledge agriculture and community radio. So though the distance and the area of transmission is less, but still it can be useful and it saves our energy, and particularly during the corona time and during that environmental point of view also. So I am profusely thanks our speaker, sir, regarding that topic, which is definitely at least new for us, because we belong to the agriculture background. So that's a very encouraging knowledge part for us, and hopefully that agriculture will use it, this community radio concept, and definitely it will increase the visibility of our institute or any institute or any institution by establishing, by taking the help of 65 lakh from the government of India and have an institute. So we don't have to fund much from our own resources, and human resources are available with us. So already we are making so many Doordarshan program and all the video program. So in the last, all the division, all the scientists, all the other scientists, other from this institute, I am highly thankful, including our administrative staff. I am seeing some administrative staff also joined, and including some other person from out of the institute, maybe the media or some environmental activist has also joined in this talk, which I am seeing the list, and like Dr. S.C. Pandey and all. So I am thankful to all of them. And last and foremost, I am thankful to Dr. Nishant Sinha, who is coordinating all the technical matter or the Zoom aspect of this presentation, and very well he has maintained. So in the last, thanks for all, and those who are left, I am again thankful to them. Thank you. Thank you for all.
Thank you, Srivastava Sahab. It was an excellent talk. A lot of new things you have told to us, and perhaps we are getting also excitement to make from us, through this electronic media to reach the farmers. And many ideas came, and I think our scientists, they understood many things, and this will be helpful to reach the farmers more effectively. And it will create a lot of interest also. So get all the farmers from India, and then talk to them maybe every day in the morning for a few minutes about the management of soils for improving its health. So it was a new, as Dr. Ajay mentioned, a new topic. Dr. Saha and Dr. Ajay mainly, they organized these functions. Of course, support from many, particularly Dr. Nishant Sinha, making the flyer and also the Zoom and other aspects. So many of our colleagues, they participated in the background to make it a very interesting one, and a lot of things, different things. Some of the things we were knowing, but not as details as you have given, and also it shows the depth of the work you have done in your career, and still you are doing. And I'm sure if any help we will require, you will kindly extend to us. So this is after all, the things what we are doing, it is for the farmers. So if we can, whatever we have developed, the technologies, the knowledge, if we can effectively transmit, not only the farmers around us in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, nearby states, but across the country. And this is the best way. And some of the things what you told, and I think we should adopt it and make it happen for the best use of the resources, information, and knowledge. Thank you very much. And I took, in fact, I should have told before, Dr. Ajay, but I felt that if I did not share my feeling on your so nice lecture, perhaps we will let something at the end. So Srivastava Sahab, thank you very much, and we are eager to meet you personally, physically, when things will be improved. Yes. And you are a resource of wealth of knowledge on this aspect. You are the right persons, and if we start something, definitely we will contact you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Let us be in touch and let us do something for the country.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It is so nice.
Okay.
So nice. Okay. And everyone, thank you very much for participating. I do not really got the opportunity to interact you physically, but hopefully sometimes in very near future. And the purpose for what this program will be trying our best to make it successful. Thank you very much once again. Namaskar.
Thanks. Thank you.